For nearly 80 years, a groundbreaking Harvard study tracked the lives of over 2,000 people to search for the keys to happiness. Subjects of the study included the eventual President John F. Kennedy and the famous Washington Post editor Ben Bradley, as well as people who became successful entrepreneurs, lawyers, and doctors, but also those who became schizophrenics, alcoholics, or mentally disturbed. Because of how long the research period was, this required multiple generations of researchers. Starting before World War II, they diligently analyzed blood samples, conducted brain scans, poured through countless reams of data, including vast medical records, hundreds of in-person interviews, surveys, questionnaires, and home visitations. The conclusion? The nearly 80-year Harvard study found that the keys to happiness and a longer life wasn't in how much money you made or how many luxury possessions you had. It didn't come from having big houses or flashy cars or from flying private. It wasn't found in how many degrees you earned or how many followers or likes you get or how high your social status was. It didn't even come from having good health or being physically fit. And it wasn't a result of intellectual ability or even personality. According to Dr. Robert Waldinger, the director of the 80-year Harvard study and professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School, the most important factor for a long and happy life, the one factor that surpasses all the rest in importance, is the quality of our relationships. Close, loving relationships, more than money or fame or even health, are what keep us living longer and happier lives. The quality of our relationships are better predictors of how long and happy our lives will be than our social class or IQ or even our genes. Dr. Robert Waldinger said, and I quote, "Those who kept loving relationships got to live longer and happier, but the loners often died earlier. In fact," he said, "the study found that loneliness kills as powerfully as smoking or alcoholism." And if you're watching this now, then you'd probably agree that we can be lonely in a crowd and we can be lonely in a marriage. Because it's not the number of friends you have or whether you're in a relationship that matters. What matters is the quality of our close relationships. In this social media age, many young adults actually believe that fame or wealth or high achievement are what bring happiness and fulfillment. But over and over and over, research during these past 80 years has shown that the people who are the happiest are those who've succeeded in their close relationships. Now look, if you want to blow your paycheck on champagne and caviar in your private yacht, or shell out big for bling and baubles in a new glitzy address, or buy a Lamborghini and get a chrome paint job on it, that's fine, be my guest. But I've learned the hard way that nothing compares to real quality time with those you love. Because, as Dr. Waldinger said, the good life is built on good relationships. It's in something as simple as being present with your loved ones instead of scrolling through your Facebook feed. It's in igniting a stale relationship by doing new and adventurous things together. It's in long, leisurely walks in the park or deep discussions over beers at the pub. It's in reaching out to family members you haven't spoken to in years, because those all too common family feuds take a terrible toll on the people who hold those grudges. It's in taking the time to admire how the sunlight hits her hair. It's in staying up too late or waking up too early because you're just too excited and you're just too in love. It's in spinning through your day with a buzz from love made during sleeping hours. It's in kisses exchanged during the stillness and the moonlight. It's in being okay with disagreeing because you know you're still going to be holding hands. It's in grinning like an idiot, dancing and laughing in the rain with the one who totally gets your weird sense of humor. It's in slowly but surely becoming a better person because of the unconditional love of the one you love. And yes, I realize that with so much cynicism, cheating, and heartbreak, to many people, this may sound like drivel. Relationships are messy and complicated, and the hard work of tending to family and friends isn't sexy or glamorous. But if you're looking to money or fame or accolades from peers to make you feel like you're enough, like you've made it, like you're finally somebody, then the research unequivocally tells us you'll probably be waiting until you die. Findings from over 218 studies involving almost 4 million people discovered that loneliness is almost twice as deadly as obesity, raising your chances of dying early by a whopping 50%. In the US alone, those who self-identify as lonely exceeds 100 million people. If you have a friend or family member that you think might be socially isolated or often lonely, then please listen. I want you to reach out and connect with them in some small way. Even just a quick phone call or a brief coffee date or a short text saying, "You crossed my mind today." And when would now be a good time to do it? Because the secret of a long and happy life is in loving and giving relationships.
Be here, be engaged, be present with the moment. And then with the future, it's all about anticipating with excitement what's to come in the future. Even if the future is scary, even if you know there's still gonna be hardship, because there will be, even if you know there's gonna be struggle, yep, there will be too. But finding your marks, what are you excited about for tomorrow? And if you can't find anything to be excited about tomorrow, that has nothing to do with the reality of tomorrow. It has to do with your mindset. You've poisoned yourself in pools of pessimism for so long that you've drowned yourself of hope, that you've forgotten that there is magic to life, that there is something tomorrow. You could find something. Even if tomorrow you're just gonna say, you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna feel better, just gonna decide to be. Be excited about that. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna go do something nice for somebody. Tomorrow I'm gonna get focused into this one project I've been waiting to do. Tomorrow I'm gonna make the damn bed. You know, whatever it is, find something to be excited about for tomorrow. That's the basics of everything we know about your emotional world and your mental world of happiness. So simple, right? Be accepting and at peace with the past. Be present and engaged here in the present, and be excited, anticipate something for the future. But we've also learned, well, what does it take to be happy and healthy physically? Well, you don't need this one. This is, again, common sense not being applied to common practice. What does it take to be happy and emotionally healthy, physically healthy? Well, physically healthy is easy, right? It's sleep your 8 hours, drink more water, make sure that you take breaks throughout the day to break your concentration, to stand up, not sit hunched over all day, right? It's work out 2, 3, 4 times a week. Okay, simple. Get outside, move around a little bit, eat more greens, avoid the sugars and the caffeines, avoid the things that make you up and then crash you down, avoid the white starchy things, avoid the food groups that you find you're allergic to. We all know this, but what's so easy? Common sense isn't common practice because we're hungry. Pizza! It's like, come on. Like, happiness and being physically happy is very simple and easy. You're just not doing it consistent enough if you don't feel physically enlivened and vibrant. You know, another thing that people often struggle with their happiness is their relationships. And I'm like, really? People are still struggling that bad? And I'm not saying relationships aren't hard, but are you applying the common sense, common things that we know from years and years and years of relationship advice? Are you present with your loved one? Are you appreciative and adoring of them? Are you giving them the benefit of the doubt? Are you realizing that it's you in the relationship with them, fully interdependent? They aren't causing the problem separate of you. That the two of you are in a dance together in which you have to honor and respect each other, that you have to make life fun for each other. If your marriage isn't stale, it's not because the marriage is stale, it's because you and the other person allowed each other to go stale. You gotta fire each other up again, right? What about spirituality? Well, everything we know in spirituality comes back down to the basics, to having faith, to having a sense of connection to something larger than ourselves, to allow ourselves to be amazed and awed by the mystery of the world, of this universe, of our God, of our Creator, to be honoring of those very things in which we have faith towards. None of this is magic. It's about looking at your life sometimes and just doing maybe a full-scale evaluation on a Sunday once in a while. Look at your life and say, okay, all right, am I emotionally happy? If not, how am I looking at the past, the present, the future? Am I physically healthy? If not, how am I eating? How am I sleeping? How am I working out? Am I doing the basics here? If your relationships aren't happy, then the answer is, okay, what is not happening in the relationship? What am I not bringing to this relationship anymore? How am I not sensing and contributing to this relationship anymore? What have I not asked for consistently enough? What is it that they specifically need that might turn it around? And spiritually, just to feel gratitude. Aren't we so blessed? Aren't we so blessed to have these moments that you get to be here listening to me now, listening to just ideas and concepts about improving our lives? How blessed are we to be at this time in our lives where so fast and so easily digitally I could be sharing some ideas and thoughts with you? How blessed are we that we do have people who are around us? How blessed are we that we could give more love to the world just because we choose to? How blessed are we that we can get up tomorrow, decide who we are going to be, and start becoming that? How blessed are we that we can wake up tomorrow and start designing the life we always wanted to live?